Welcome to my channel. Today we are looking at some of my seedlings. They're not doing so great, so I decided to take some of my other seedlings and put them together. My cabbage plants currently look the best. My tomato plants they're okay, but a bit worrying. They looked a lot healthier the day before. They're very picky when it comes to their needs, so making sure my cotton balls are wet. They are, which is what makes some of these so worrying. Three of them didn't make it. As you can see, there's only 3 seedlings here. At this point, I'm not sure what else to do, so I decided to replace the reservoir with water and hydrogen peroxide, leaving out the nutrients for now. I isolated a basil plant because it wasn't looking so great in the reservoir. Same with the tomato plant. I want them to have their own water and nutrients to prevent potential cross-contamination. You can see a little root there. I'm hoping that it'll be enough to sustain the plant. And in the back, you can see my bean sprouts. I like to spray them often. Checking back in on the plants. Cabbage looks okay. But still worried. So, again, we're going to change out the water. Starting with the tomato plants, they look the most worrying, and their water is really funky. If you remember, I used a cotton ball and a pool floaty to keep my plants suspended above the reservoir. The cotton balls leaked into the water.
How to feed my
and that's what led to the remains.
This is a root,
but we do have
for
roots,
example.
so I have hope
Plants.
that these plants can be saved.
Plants are doing all right, but one is dying. That's okay. There's 2. You see the 2 there, and they look relatively healthy. So that was the No, not the parsley. That was the basil. These are the tomato plants. And they just look so sad. They looked healthy yesterday. And I don't get it because their roots are sticking in the water. So the only thing I can think of, well, this one that isn't doing so well. That one you can't really see the roots. So that one makes sense. It's probably choked out and a cotton ball in there. But that one, I don't know.
So as you can see, there's some mold growing. You can see little spores, and the cotton ball just looks really icky. And so does the water. But we're gonna change it in a little bit.
This one, if you notice,
It's got some gunk up in there.
it's preventing the plants from getting the nutrients in the water. So I might have to I need to be vigilant with the roots. Probably clean these two. Spray some fungicide. Try to save them.
Hydrogen peroxide. My DIY fungicide. And a water bottle. And I use this for fungicide. After putting together my water, soap, and baking soda fungicide, I carefully spray the roots. At this point, I'm trying to make sure all the plants look okay. No roots yet. Here's another plant that I'm inspecting a little more closely. That one will probably go back into the reservoir. This one, though, will probably get its own bottle. Here, I'm spraying all the roots with fungicide again, preparing them for the nutrient change. I've already dumped out the old nutrients. Now we can clean them. So here you can see me using just regular Dawn dish soap and water to scrub the reservoir, rinse it out with warm water. And I didn't show it here, but I did spray with bleach and leave them to dry. That one was ready. Now I am focusing on using individual water bottles to rescue my worrying seedlings. I want to reduce any cross-contamination. Here's another one.
sprayed some bleach. I'm gonna scrub them down with soap and water. And then I decided to fill them up with just water at this stage because the seedlings themselves are not very big at this point in time. I think I got a bit overzealous and added way too much nutrients and they got nutrient burn. So I'm going to try and rectify that by kind of just starting over with the nutrient solution and actually starting all together with just water and maybe some hydrogen peroxide. We'll see.
So now you can see me putting in about 15 mils of hydrogen peroxide. Stirring it well. This will introduce air bubbles into the system, which will be very beneficial for the roots. Now the plants are ready to be put back into the system. There are 5 liters of water in here, so trying very carefully not to spill. The little dangler thing is the root, which is good. It means the tomato's getting water. You can also see bubbles in there. That will encourage air roots. And here is one of my bean sprouts. Very long root, but it's happy. No air roots yet, but great root system. This is 5 days after changing the water. Starting first with water and hydrogen peroxide for 2 or 3 days before then adding in nutrient consisting of fish fertilizer and a calcium magnesium supplement. I diluted at half strength for the calcium magnesium supplement and to 1/8 strength for the fish fertilizer, just because of how strong it is, and I'll adjust upwards as needed. These are my tomato plants. They need humidity, so I sprayed the inside of a plastic bag and use it to cover the plants. I was able to revive one of the tomato plants, but the other 2, don't think they're gonna make it.